Welcome back, everyone. Here's another Gravit Designer tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to build off of my previous tutorials, which was showing the pen tool. And this time we're going to make some compound shapes. So I'm just going to start off with a 10-inch by 10-inch. Make sure this says inches over here. Canvas. And there it is right there. I'm just going to go ahead and make some random shapes. I'm going to make 2 of them. I'm going to use the pen tool here. And I'm going to go ahead and make one that has straight edges. There we go. And we'll just give it a random color. Good. And then I'll go ahead and I'll make one that has a shape that has curvy edges. So click and drag. And there we go. And I'll give that a different color. Okay, awesome. So let me grab the pointer tool and overlap them a little bit more. Okay, so now I've got these 2 weird shapes. So I'm going to show you this really cool feature inside Gravit that's called creating a compound shape. A compound shape is a new shape that's any combination of multiple shapes. So I'm going to click and drag a selection box around both of these shapes, and you'll see that they both become selected. The other way you can do it is you can click on one, hold down the Shift key, and click on the second one, and then they're all selected. The third way you can select multiple shapes is over here in the under layers. You can click and select a layer, hold down the Shift key, and it will select the next layer as well. All right, so I've got both my layered shapes selected. Now, when I come up here, you'll see this little button here called Create Compound Shape. It looks like 2 overlapping squares, and you'll see that there are 4 different ways of combining them. So the first one is union, and union sounds just like it is. It's going to join the 2 together. So you see that they're joined together. They take on a single color. And when you come over here, you'll see in your layers that you now have a new shape called a compound shape. If you click on the little triangle here, you'll see that it actually opens up and you can actually still work and edit and move around these existing new shapes. So I could actually select this curved shape here, and I could click and I could drag it and I could move it up here. So it's still an individual shape, which is really neat. It means that you can basically click and drag and edit anything at any time. And you'll see that it's doing a constant union. Whoops, sometimes it messes up. And it's just doing a constant union every single time. There we go. All right, so that is a compound shape there with a union. I'm going to go ahead and might have to do a few undos there. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to select these 2 again. And after union, there is subtract. And subtract is going to do kind of what it seems like, where it's going to subtract one shape away from the other. And the way that it does it is whatever object is on top, or whatever shape is on top, that's going to be the cutting object. The object that is below it will be the one that will get cut. So I'm going to change the name here. Instead of path, it's just going to be called yellow. And then this shape is just going to be called blue. Okay. So again, if I select them, you'll see that yellow is on top of blue. So when I come up here and choose subtract, because yellow was on top, yellow was the cutting object, blue was the shape that was getting cut, and you can see that it's just left out. And then let's check it out. If I take the yellow shape and I move it around, it's just going to keep cutting the blue shape in kind of these weird, interesting patterns. It's pretty awesome. And the fact that you can just constantly just drag it around and really get, the shape that you want is awesome. But subtract is one that you'll use quite a bit. I just use it as a cutting tool, kind of like, carpentry, to to punch a hole through an existing shape. All right, the next one. Let me again select both. The next one is Intersect. And so just like the name suggests, and again, you can see a little animation there, which is very cool. You'll see that whatever part that they were intersecting, where they were overlapping, that's the part that gets kept. It's a good one, but you can see this area right here is where they both share. So that's what's going to get kept. Okay, I don't personally use that often, but it's good to know that it exists. The last one here is called difference, and that's the opposite of intersect. So wherever they are overlapping or intersecting, that gets discarded, and then you're left with everything else. Again, I don't use those last two personally very often, but they're pretty good. Okay, so that's it for this quick video. In the next video, I'll show you how we take the concept and the tool of creating a compound shape, and we'll go ahead and we'll vector up some very popular logos. Thanks, everyone.